Hey guys, well, one thing first. Why am I in spawn? Why? As I shuffle through all my things. But I am in spawn because someone has contracted me to build something out of redstone. So, said object I will build for them, and it'll be cool. It's like a sorting machine, but then it also spits back some currency. It's pretty interesting. So, I'm going to set it up. I hope it will work. It's going to be interesting to kind of like set it up correctly because of this timing and this stuff. So I'm going to need a few things like hopper timers, automatic sorting, and stuff like that. But this is just one of the many redstone contraptions I've set up for people for pay. I will hopefully, if this video does not take too long to show the building process, I'm hopefully going to do the whole building process. I'm saying hopefully a lot, but it's true. I really do want to show you guys the whole building process for this project. And if I'm able to do that quickly, or I'm able to figure out how to do this quickly without any issues, then I will also show you guys what I built for our people for payment. So I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in a sec. Okay, so here we are at spawn. This is, the tree was right there. I just walked a couple of feet, so that jump cut wasn't really necessary. But we're here at Liquid's Iron Shop. He has, kind of contracted me so I can set up a redstone contraption for him. The whole deal is you sit here, you press a button, and, well, you don't really press a button, but you drop items in, and then what will end up happening is items will come up back into the same chest. Now, the issue with that is it's the same chest. So when items flow through, we're going to have to find a way to lock it. So that means the whole payments has to go through first, the whole process payment, and then it will work. But it also has to be a certain amount. So the first thing we're going to have to do is make a sorting system, because sorting means that there could be different types of payment methods. We don't want a hopper that has, I don't know, I'm going to say diamonds mixed up with a hopper that has sticks, because someone could beat the system that way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here, and I need to actually destroy some of this, but I hope they won't mind if I push this over. Doesn't look like it since they put two there. This is silk touch, so I could just take that away, even though I do have an axe. Oh, but that'll make it unbalanced then. Ooh, this is going to be an issue. Okay, so I'll just leave it for now, but I'm really hoping, oh, oops. But I'm really hoping that we can actually get a, what's it called, extra space for comparators and stuff. But let's go down. Now, the whole idea here is that, okay, just this. So the whole idea here is that we will be making an auto sorter for him, which will then feed into a redstone signal or like some type of dropper or something, where the items will then, after being read as like, you know, being actual items, be passed through into a chest or some sort of thing where he can collect the payment, and then there will be a separate chest or holding area where items will be sent up to the bottom. Now, he kind of had the design right. He had hoppers going into the bottom of the thing and another hopper going down, but it kind of doesn't really work for what we want to do. So I'm going to set up the redstone. I think we're going to have to go down a little bit, because right here there's a whole bunch of dirt. I don't like working with dirt, and it might be a little bit too low. But, you know, actually, I'm going to get a shovel. So I'm going to craft a shovel, enchant the shovel, since you guys see I have so many levels. Then I'll be right back. So, hey guys, welcome back. It has been a day since I introed, but I had to work on the redstone for this because it's not too complicated. I mean, it can get complicated at parts, but it's not really that hard. It just takes up a lot of space. So I need to build the redstone, make sure it worked first, test it out in a separate world, and now I'm here ready to build it. Now, I had to clear out a lot of space here first because the whole thing was just like open and stuff, but now it's fine and I can work. Now, right here is the main hopper that the items are going to be shot into, or actually, no, not shot into, but collected from. So that's going to be fun. And then we're going to have a whole nother system. Now, I'm not thinking I'm going to build this whole thing on camera, but I'm at least going to start. So the whole idea for this is that we're going to sort items and then measure how many items were sorted or collected. And then after collecting those items and reading it, we're going to, based on the output or the number of items that we read, we're going to output, like, give the user a certain number of iron blocks. So in this case, if you pay 1 diamond or 1 gold block, you're going to get 32 iron ingots. Everything has to be going into that one chest. That's what the person asked for. I mean, if it really does become an issue with space, we might have to do 2 separate chests, one for collecting, one for, you know, dropping off. But until that time comes, I'm ready. So what we're going to do first is a item sorter. Now, if you guys don't know what that is, it's a really quick and easy way for items to get sorted. It's, you know, kind of self-explanatory, But here, oh, I messed up there. I'm only using hoppers because I don't need to. So let's get an actual block in here. What don't we need right now? We don't need torches. So let's get a block that we can easily just manipulate. There we go. And then we got 1, 2. We don't want these guys right next to each other because that can cause issues. We want them at least 2 spaces separate. So let's do one more right here. Okay. There we go. And that's one space. And then I guess we could do one more. We really do need to do one more. So let's do one more here, and this should be good. Okay, so here now we have the sorter separated by 2 blocks, and we need 2 different sorters. Now the first one is just going to be, actually going to be the exact same. It doesn't really, matter which one we do. I say a lot, don't I? But the first one is going to be right here, so this is going to be the layers. Right there, and now we're going to do 2 spaces and the same thing again. Now this, if you've never seen this before, is an easy item sorter. It's like very basic. It allows you to sort as many items as you want, and but you need to spend items to sort items. That's kind of how the system works. You need to put items in. So for example, if we're sorting diamonds, I'm going to have to put some diamonds in the machine, or I'm going to have to put some gold in the machine for it to work, which I don't mind because I am getting paid for this. But if I really need to, like if the expenses start racking up, which I think they might because I did this in creative, so I didn't really measure how many items I really did need. But if the expenses really do start to rack up, then it's going to become an issue. But that was the first piece that we had to do. So now that we have that done, I think I put this out of place. I did, so I'm going to move this forward one, and then I will be right back. Okay, so here we go. Now I have these 2 item sorters set up. Pretty much what's going to go up in here is any items we need. So first we're going to start off with just normal sticks or redstone or whatever as a base, because that item is going to be the one that isn't getting measured. I'm going to kind of make it something that's really rare, really, uncommon. So if someone puts that in the chest, they won't rig the system and get money for putting in sticks when it's actually gold or diamonds. So that's one thing we're going to have to watch out for. But other than that, it seems like this should work pretty well. So next what we need is chests here. Now chests at the end are for measuring. We could really have anything actually. It doesn't really matter. We could have droppers, which are fine. But the thing is with chests is they have the ability to become double size, as you can see here. So I'm going to craft some chests and I'll be right back. Okay, so here we go. Let's put these down. There. Now, these chests will be having several things measured. They're going to be having how many items are inside them measured, and we're also going to be measuring... Actually, that's about it. So, that's going to be, just about it. Now, how this is going to work is we're going to have a hopper underneath as well, so we're going to have one here, one here. Now we might end up turning the hoppers at one point, but these guys are also going to have to be locked whenever there is an item right in here. So we're going to have one, that's right, one comparator going off of each of these, not 2, not like 3 or 4, just one. So I have all this clay, but I like using these blocks for redstone. And it's pretty much just going to go like this. So we put it in like that, and then we can put a block down. We can put torch like that. Boom, boom, boom. Pretty much what that does is if there's an item in here, it will lock it. But that is not actually how it works. Sadly, that was incorrect redstone. It would be right here. So there we go. So now if there's an item in here, it will lock. So for example, if I were to put one piece of redstone in there, oh, there we go. It's better when it flows through than if you actually put an item in, because you don't give it a chance to tick. That's one issue with just dropping items into a chest and something. You think it's wrong. You think it's not working. That's just because, you don't give it a chance to tick. But when it ticks, you'll be fine. You really will be. Now, this block will also lock it. Now, I don't have enough comparators, so I'm going to have to make some more. I didn't realize how many I would need going into this. But, yeah. So, let's go. Like I said, I did this all in creative. I didn't write down the exact numbers. Okay, so here we are. We have 2 matching sides. Now what we have to do is we have to make sure that whenever an item is in here, it is read as being actually in one of these chests. Because remember, we only want one item in. One item. So what that means is we're going to have to make sure no more than one item passes through these things. So what does that mean for us? Well, what that means for us is we're going to have to make sure once it says 1, it's 1. So we're going to have to lock these hoppers now. We're going to have to make sure that these hoppers get locked every single time there's at least 1 signal in here. Now it's pretty easy. We just put a torch right here. So it's going to be like a double torch type of thing, but you guys will get it. So then we put a torch right here, put a repeater, and then there. Actually, we don't even need the repeater. That's just a waste of repeaters. But there we go. So now every time this says, oh yeah, there's 1 item in here, it right away locks this. We can get rid of this block on the bottom here, these 2, because we want to save our blocks. Now on the other side, it's the same thing, because what this will do is every single time that one of these things is locked, it will be locked. Locked. Like, not like a little padlock that you can break through. No, it's like it will be majorly locked. So there we go. And the reason why we want this locked, I'll just reiterate, is because we don't want any items passing through, because passing through items is not good for business. It really isn't, actually. So now let's get some redstone here, because if we have, like, let's say we have 2 pieces in here, 2 pieces is fine, but then it gets read as 1. So we want each piece to be read individually, which will mean once this hopper will fill up here. So this hopper will fill up with overstacked inventory, because it'll fill up and yada yada yada. It'll see, hey, there's so many pieces, so that'll be fine for us. We won't have to worry about it. But then what ends up happening is we then have to say, okay, well, every 1 item in here has to be measured individually and has to send out a new signal. So for every 1 item, there we go, it sends out a new signal. Then when it's emptied, another item can pass through, another individual item. Then we go through the whole cycle again. Now the one issue for this is it's going to take a while, because I'm using a hopper timer to measure exactly 32 items until I reach a way that doesn't involve me just using a hopper timer. That'll be fine, but because I am using a hopper timer, this is going to be a little bit more difficult. Now the next part of this design is going to be actually setting up the hopper timer and the response signal. So any single time that just 1 signal is sent from here, then we get a result. So I'm going to set up that redstone right now. I just have to check the original design. Okay, so this is the first part of the hopper timer lock system. Now what this is every single time a signal is put in here, there's an item in here, lock me, it sends out a signal, a quick little signal, and then it turns back on. Now the issue with this is it's a little bit rudimentary, I guess you could say, because it actually involves using a system. Oh wait, that actually didn't work because I messed up. Hey guys, welcome back. You could see we added some more redstone. Now what I added were kind of like a pulse generator. So if you add a full signal into a pulse here, or into this little contraption, you get out 1 pulse, a short pulse, depending on how many repeaters you put down. That's the repeaters on the bottom here. Now these 2 designs are the same as each other. They're paralleled or replicated on each side. They're flip-flopped. So yeah, I pretty much did that. So if over here we have 1 item go through, or over here we have 1 item go through, it doesn't really matter. We see that each one of them sends out a single pulse. Now they're both on the same line though, because they're both going to activate a hopper which will give the same time code, pretty much. That's all we're looking at. So now what we have to do is we have to push back this wall a little bit more. Hopefully we won't bother our neighbors. All we're going to be doing is just going underground. Don't worry about it, because we will be covering this all up. But we're going to bring down this wall a little bit more, add a hopper timer, and then finish the redstone off on that side. So hope you guys enjoy, and let's finish this bad boy off. Okay, so hey guys, we're here with the last, or second to last section complete. I'm finishing the last part, which is the item sender upper part section, whatever you want to call it. But this last part, or second to last part here, is the hopper timer. This will time how long it takes for 32 individual iron ingots to pass through the machine. It's pretty simple. The thing is, we had to do a delay here, so you could see. And the reason why this redstone isn't on this side, it looks so much easier to have it on the other side, right? Well, the way this was designed initially, I did it so it was the other way around, and I forgot to change it, and I'm too lazy to change it, and it's really cheap to just, do redstone lines like this, so I just left it like it. But yeah, so now what this will do is we need to lock this hopper now, so we're going to have just a straight repeater right into it, which I think will actually help me in the long run. So there we go. Repeater right in, locks it. And what this means is whenever an item has to be passed up here, it will be measured. Because any item that's in here is not, any item that's in here is not going all the way over there. But this just measures for how long this hopper is going to be unlocked. That's all it is. It's that simple. Really, it is. It's that simple. I would be a great telemarketer. But, yeah. So, now, what's the final thing we have to do? Well, so far, we measured how long it takes. I know how many items we have to put in here. I'll do that in a bit. But we measured how long it takes for, this whole thing to run. We have to test it to make sure it works. But Liquid's watching, by the way. This is his thing. And I'm finishing it up for him. But we measured how long it takes. I already did that. So we just have to make sure now that it is working. So once items get shot up here, that's the last thing, then they will go into the chest again. It will be a totally complete sequence, a totally complete cycle. You'll be so happy. Now, the last thing we're going to have to do, this really is the last setup, but then once we have items going there, what's going to happen is we're going to have to make sure the bottom hopper is locked, because if the bottom hopper is not locked while items are being sent in, that's bad, because that means the iron will just go into the system and it'll clog up the system, which we don't want. So, I'm going to fix that up. I hope you guys enjoy, and let's finish this up. Okay, so it's nighttime now. I just finished the whole dropper setup. So what happens now is you could test this really easily. Let's say we have, I'm going to say 32 blocks in here. Let's put them in. Let's see how many we have left in the whole contraption afterwards. If the dirt blocks go fine, that's fine. Flying around, sorry, that's fine because they're really cheap, and if we lose any, I don't mind. So you see how like they're all game passed through. Now I also have a really cool system where on top too, it also works. Where on top, if there are any dirt blocks, inside, then they get shot out as well. So let's check the whole thing. Any dirt blocks inside? No, 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 no. The whole thing's empty. See, it works very, very well. I'm happy about it. So now that that works and it's proven to work, all we have to do is set up the final contraption, which is to make sure that whenever the hopper here is activated, then it will turn off. So we need to put a hopper, first off, right here. Right there. Hopper going right inside the back of this bad boy. Then what we need to do is we need to find a way to power the side hopper, which isn't going to be too hard. But just send a signal into it so we know that it will be off. Now we could do several things. We could use a just normal block, or we could use a torch, or we can use any other format that we'd like. But you know what? I think since here we actually could go, wait, do we have to go up higher? I think we do have to go up higher for this one, so that means this whole thing has to be raised. I'm just going to use a normal little torch because that'll help raise the signal even more and stuff. So I'm going to finish this off camera, and then you guys are going to get to see it in action. Hopefully it will work. Liquid's still watching. I'm happy that he is. It's been about 20 minutes, and he's very, 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 very. He has a lot of patience. That's all I'm trying to say. But yeah. So I'm going to finish this whole thing. I'm going to finish it all, like all of it, and then we'll be good. So see you guys in a sec. Okay. So. Hey guys, as Liquid grabs me 2 more hoppers because this is his build, so he is paying for all the extra resources. Whoa, we'll lag. I'm going to put in the final pieces here, which is the amount of items we need here. I like using redstone because it's really cheap, because we need 16 in there. Okay, so now we have the 16. The last thing is going to be, he is going to have to add 32 iron into each one of these, so then we're going to test it out, see if it works. Hopefully it does, and then it'll be fun. And then the last thing, we'll be setting up a chest here where we collect the items. So that'll be fun. But after all of that, I hope you guys enjoy. It's going to be interesting to see if this whole thing works as planned, because it worked in creative. I might have done something wrong. I'm not totally sure. But once he gets these 2 hoppers, it will be complete on, an actual complete scale. And we could just substitute, I'll make some more redstone, but we'll just substitute out the the iron for redstone for now, just for the sake of it. I'll let him know. But, yeah, so, here, let's, let's see. Let's hop down here. Let's put, I don't know, let's keep some for ourselves. So let's just put exactly 32 in here. See if anything, shrinks. Wait, there's one. Wait 1 sec. There's one piece of redstone there. Okay, so 32. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, there. And now let's put it all in there. It should all filter into this one chest. Oh, wait. Yeah, that's right. It can go in here. It just won't go in here because it's locked from... Okay, yeah, I get it now. That makes a lot more sense. But, yeah, so I'm going to let the 32 items sit there, and then we will see if the whole thing ends up working. Ow, that was delayed damage. Okay, so let's go over here. Whoa, what's over there? Who's this? Hi. So, yeah, I am going to wait for Liquid. When he comes back with the 2 hoppers, then I think we'll be good.